And we are back, guys. Gladiator versus Cavalieri. I mean, these two teams are pretty stacked themselves, and what a match it will be, if you ask me. If you guys are supporting Cavalieri, it is time to drop a hashtag Cavalieri in the chat. If you guys are supporting Gladiators, it is time to drop a hashtag GLD in chat. Who are you guys supporting? I am myself interested to see what the chat currently supports. As I quickly introduce these people, we have in the top lane Ducky Warrior, Peach White in the jungle, Sain Gabriel in the mid lane, Bodgar in the bot lane, and Jelt Hutsu just support. That is Cavalieri for you guys. In the meantime, in the top lane for Gladiators, YOLO Swag Killer. In the jungle, EU Gangster. In the mid lane, Legacy. In the bot lane, Brutal Edge 1. And in the support role, Courier. Man, the teams do look stacked, and we are here for more LCM, two more matches today. First match that we're gonna be streaming right now is gonna be Gladiators versus Cavalieri. I think this is gonna be a very important match again for both teams. It does feel like these are like two of the closest teams. They're like closest power level to each other, and this will be whoever wins this kind of like Horizon um who will determine their standings. So let's see what comes out. Remind that after this there will still be another game which is gonna be Agony versus Gamers with Attitude, another banger, um, which will not be on my stream, but we will figure that out once we get to it, because right now we need to get into the captain interview. The moment these captains are here, they're currently not here, and we have a bit of chill time with the chat. Guys, how are you doing? Hope you're all having a good Thursday. Hope you guys are entertained. What's going on? And I have an idea. It's time to do some LOLDL because you know, and the captains are not here, so I'm just gonna do some LOLDL. Gonna quickly set it up. Get this going. Get OBS on the side there. And instead, just do this. There, transition. It is LOLDL time. I actually disabled the casters label. So there, disable the casters. Keep that. This transition again. Ooh, load the time. Let's see. I mean, I really like start. Blah, I like to start with an Nivea for no random reason at all. It is a mana Freljord champion who is higher than 1009. I will say Volibear. Male jungle top. It is a jungle top with melee Freljord less than 1011, so it is a 1010 champion. Any predictions in the chat maybe? A Freljord 2010 champion who's a jungle top laner. Freljord jungle top laners male. Tryndamere is what comes to mind. But Tryndamere is not mana. Trundle, I think, is the correct option. Shadow, you are right. No! It is gonna be the Olaf, maybe, perhaps. Okay, so it's Human Iceborne 2010. What other Freljords are there in 2010? Freljords in 2010, who's a jungle top, Human Iceborne. Human Iceborne. There aren't that many Human Iceborne champions. Sejuani is male? Isn't Sejuani female technically? I would say. Or am I cooked? No, no. Who is a male jungle top? 2010. 2010 male jungle top. So many Freljord champions. Hmm. 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 What are the Freljord champions? Start thinking. Freljord. Freljord. Cinematics. Tryndamere is the only one that comes to mind, but he's not mana, he's rage. Junglers, Freljord junglers. Bro, who else is in the jungle? Who else? Actually is a jungler champion. Trying to think. Mm, the only one, no cheating. No cheating. Udyr, Gragas. Is Gragas Freljord? Gragas, let's see. It might just have been Gragas, guys. GG, well played. Alright, are the captains ready for the interview? So we can get started, perhaps? I'm ready. Okay. So those are fine. I need to quickly change the stream layouts then, because I think they are inverted. They indeed are. Yay, yippee, manum. Such a long break, and neither one of the captains could have told me like what side they're on. I quickly have to invert these as you are instead this. Fixing a bit the layouts. I'll throw it to my cam very quickly. Hello Akali. Yeah, just fixing some layouts and we're gonna get straight into the interview. And from my side, boop, come on, and there we go. And let me just throw it to the interview. Guys, get in your captain interview channels or else I will be dragging you right now so that we can get started. So captain interview there. I'm gonna be dragging Akali, Shadow Orion and Akali. Make your way there. I'm gonna drag you. Pum, pum. Hello, Shadow.
Oh, hello. I didn't notice I got moved. Hello there.
You're getting forced into this interview, like it or not. Um,
It's
we
all
have
right.
to get started. Unfortunately, hello Akali as well.
Hello,
Hope
hello.
you are guys having a wonderful day. Tell us a bit about your day, guys.
Personally, it wasn't that bad. Work as always. Came here, had some dinner, and now mentally preparing and physically preparing for this game.
Fair enough.
I woke up 5 minutes ago.
Hey yo, there's someone with a worse sleep schedule than me. We Windows. Listen, I would have been the same if I had not had a stream at 5. I slept at 1 p.m. We're cooking something with my sleep schedule. Well, whatever. Have you guys both watched Arcane?
Yes,
No,
I did.
Okay. So Akali, I'm sure you're gonna have to sit this one out. But okay, since you watched Arcane Shadow,
Uh huh.
which champion in Arcane would you want to be, or character? You can't even not a champion. Which character would you want to be in Arcane?
Vander.
He would want to be Vander. Bro's really the father figure, huh? He is the
Apart
father figure.
apart from that, I have a bar. I can drink whenever I want when I'm set mostly.
Ah, bro is smart. Bro is smart. So instead, Akali, I will ask you a different question. If you had to pick any champion in League and you had to have their IRL, like their powers IRL, which champion would you pick?
um, Nocturne.
Bro just wants to turn the lights on us. Bro's already nocturnal. He fits
Nocturne
perfectly.
for the ult.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Um, a question out to the both of you. How do you feel about your guys' team communication? Do you feel it's solid? There's some improvement? Is it perhaps one of your weaknesses? Give us a bit of insights.
It's fantastic. Couldn't be better.
Akali proud with his team. What about you, Shadow?
No one is perfect, I think, but there is always room for improvement. But it doesn't mean that I feel that my team, that we're all together, these five, don't have communication. On the contrary, I feel the communication is actually getting better by the games. Hopefully, it reaches a point that we can say we cannot improve anymore.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. And now, the final question, guys. All of a sudden, you're Riot CEO. You can change one thing about the game. What will you change? Big or small? Up to you.
Set the salary of the skin department to 0.
Bro, just cutting out the skin department completely from Riot Games, but it needs to go to development. Not sure if that's the best idea as if your company is gonna survive, but it is. I'll let you cook, man. Shadow, how do you top that?
I will go as I am pretty much an alpha player from back in the day. I would say one thing: remove Timo.
That's pretty good as well.
Standing ovation, man. Like, man, that champion has been terrorizing my solo queue. Please get him out of here, at least out of the jungle. Ah, I hate him. Sorry for Teemo team here, but like, man, it is just a solo champion to play against. And with that, I will let you go both go to your individual teams, get ready for the game, give us a banger, and let's see you duke out, guys. See you on the Rift.
Thank
Thank
you
you. Good
and
luck.
good luck.
And with that, I will be going to my own separate channel and just chilling in here with the one, the only, the majestic Le Bonbon. Nice to have you back if you are here.
Good evening. I am indeed here.
It's like yesterday, man. We were talking if only.
I think that is the case.
Exactly, bro. um, we wait for the draft to start. Let me see if draft links have been sent. They have been, so I
That
can
was way faster
inspect
than
them.
yesterday. It seems that we're not running any delays.
Have you not learned from yesterday what caster cares are?
Cost or curse?
Yes.
I don't seem to have caught on.
So caster cares, and whenever cause something, we're gonna be no delays. Like when we said, "Oh, it's gonna be a
Ah,
short pause," ends up being a 10-minute pause. Oh, we're
I
not gonna
see.
have any scuff today. The draft breaks twice.
And then there were administrative issues midway through the game.
Exactly. So we
Speaking of
now,
the administrative
yeah,
issues, no
don't
clue
tell
what
me I
that
have them.
was. Do you have any clue?
Please tell me we don't have any like unadmissive issues. We are ready. Okay, ready from the side of stream. Cardona, are you
Fantastic.
talking to a robot? No, I'm talking to the Bonbon, the one and only. He is not a Tesla bot. He is much better than that. He's a Chad.
Tesla. Tesla. No. I am made by Lada, the car company.
As we are into draft,
Oh,
Gladiators do
there we
have
go.
blue side. Cavalier is sitting comfortably on the red side counter pick. And now we do see the Akali ban come through. Heck, immediately hold of Hacker ban. I think first Hacker ban of the tournament.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I saw a Hekaban way earlier during one of the first matches.
Could be. I might have missed it then. One of the few matches I still have not watched. As
Hmm.
definitely a targeted ban then against Gladiator Jungler. This guy has been popping off, to be fair.
That is true. I believe that that was the game that I watched. Yes, actually.
As we are seeing
Hmm.
this modified ban being however changed into Caitlyn ban last second.
Okay, we're getting the arcane champions out of the way. We do not want to be suffering from arcane buff this game.
No arcane buffs, please. They're already too strong as Bard ban, Akali ban. They all seem to be kind of like target bans, so it's relatively
How come Bard, out of all champions in League of Legends, how come Bard was so dangerous that they had to ban it out? Were Cavalieri really that strong with a Bard pick?
Have you not seen my Poppy game? If that Bard does what Poppy did to us, you will cry. You
Ah,
cry.
I see.
Roaming supports are very strong if played correctly, and they do require a lot of macro. But when played correctly, man, they are menacing. So Gladiators do
Hmm.
look in a very strong core key flex pick mid and bot.
Exactly. Speaking of menacing, Corky, once again giving us a possible future in which we would be seeing a repeat of yesterday's game a very powerful champion who can definitely run down the opposing team.
Indeed, he can, and especially if he gets ahead, it is gonna be really, really good. As we do see, not Emil logged in for Cavalieri, perhaps an answer into the score key, and now they might be choosing to finalize their bot side or pick away the jungler mid lane. You can really cook on this R2 draft on the side of Cavalieri. You can completely change the direction of the draft depending on what you pick here.
Hmm. From Cavalieri's side, they were always strong on the jungle side, so they wouldn't be picking their jungler second. We're seeing Jin get locked in instead here, forcing a very CC heavy bot lane with some very nice positioning opportunities. If Corki goes to that lane, he will be horribly outranged and outpoked.
It does seem that this is going to be the case. This Corki might have to be flexed into mid lane. Let's see how this goes. Now blue side need to decide whether to pick the support or pick something different themselves. It do see the Morgana, you know that CC you just talked about? Haha,
And
spell
it's been
shield.
denied.
Yep.
Right, so that's the Cavalieri's entire bot lane strategy that has completely been cancelled out. Nautilus engaging, too bad, get rooted for 5 years. You land a stun on the ADC, too bad, ADC is new to stuns. It's a very interesting pick, a Morgana of all champions. And Maokai being followed up. We're going to be seeing the Wise Mystical Tree in top lane.
Are you sure that's top lane and not jungle?
Ooh, could be jungle, yes, could be jungle. But knowing Cavalieri's jungle, he would probably be pulling out a very aggressive jungler and be able to invade and run down this Maokai in his own safe space.
You are completely right. When you say it like that, I cannot say anything against that. However, with the Darius locked in, I don't longer think the Smoke should be going topside. The Smoke goes topside, it is horrible. Horror for the side of Gladiators.
Indeed, we'd have to see how this flex pick of Maokai, either jungle or top lane, will end up because they have already picked 2 flex champions. They're picking a very, very flexible and non-rigid team. With the Vex ban coming through, for some reason, they are afraid of picking out a dash champion and getting countered. Yone getting counterpicked, so that's no dashes in the mid lane. Well, a little bit less dashes in the mid lane.
We could still see Ari open, a lot of dashing champions. Ambassa is open. We could see an Ambassa here, very strong perhaps even in the right hands, on a very highly mechanical champion player.
Wait a second. Speaking of Ambassa, she's actually not part of the tool for being banned. Huh. Interesting. If you search up Ambessa, she will not come up while in banning phase. So in the event that Ambessa needs to be banned, we need to find a code word.
We
Perhaps
banned Danny last time. It's like okay, we or else
I
we
see, I
just
see.
message them directly.
I would message and ban Yumi.
Yeah.
If they actually wanted to pick Yumi, then that's most unfortunate.
No, 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 no.
Hmm.
Yumi is fun gameplay, no?
Ooh,
Oh, the
Teemo!
Teemo! Oh, straight feeding into
Okay,
the
we've got the
Gladiators'
entertainment coming
hate.
through from Cavalieri. We've got
Yeah, no,
entertainment coming straight through from Cavalieri with actually a surprising flex pick because Teemo Jungle has apparently been one of the top rated junglers this entire last patch.
he did get a bit of nerf, so no longer the strongest, but more situational. However, Gladiators in the MVP interview, in the captain interview, told us just how much they hate. We do see the Annie seems to be the Ambassa, unless it is an Annie mid. I would be surprised.
Alright, let's see. We would probably be getting a heads up from the team captains in the event that this Annie is Ambessa.
It does seem like just an Annie, so just an Annie.
Alright, so that's the mid laner then. Leaving jungle for the last champion. This could be a potential. Ooh, Kong, just like I said, an aggressive jungler, but on the wrong team. What is this? And we're seeing mid laner getting picked from Cavalieri, so I was unfortunately correct. Teemo is the jungler, playing into Maokai.
That Veigar is looking strong. I don't wanna lie, that Veigar looks very strong. The cage can deny entry for Mocha and Wukong. If he knows how to cage, this cage
But
could be
Morgana.
really, really good.
But Morgana. We're looking at
Morgana,
Morgana
yeah,
here.
you're right. I got baited.
No,
And
and so did Cavalieri. They've picked Vigar into a team that has Morgana on it. Unfortunately, that stun will not be doing anything for them this game.
but you
They
can only
finalized
shield
their
one
picks.
person, to be fair.
Yep. One person is more than enough. A catch that could be denied or an engage that could be continued or performed, so to say, is more than enough to turn the tides of the game.
You are in
Right,
the
with that
spectator lobby, right?
finalized. Yes, I am. I was actually the first person here. Me and Alpha Sirius.
Bro was there way before me. As
Hmm.
now, let's talk about the draft. Who do you think has a draft advantage? Level 1.
So we're seeing that Cavalieri have picked out some pretty good combos. We're seeing a nice Nautilus Jin. We're seeing Viger, a very strong champion overall, especially in the Clash and 5v5 format. Timo, a very questionable pick, but one that seems, like you said, Gladiators would absolutely despise. But unfortunately, I do not think that that draft is any better than Gladiators because Timo and his blind will not benefit anyone because most of the enemy champions use abilities for their main damage. We're seeing Corki, who can for sure use abilities to spend the time between the blinds, and we're seeing Wukong, who could just monkey clone himself or just not use auto attacks for that short amount of time. Oh, what did I just hear? No, nothing. Right. I really think that Gladiators have a very aggressive dive heavy comp with that Maokai Wukong, getting out some really, really nice damage, but they are very AP heavy. Well, that is it. Yeah, no, Corky's probably gonna go AD. Never mind, I said that.
Corki
They're very
AP is quite
balanced.
dead. Unfortunately, to all the AP Corki lovers, Corki AP got completely like like executed,
Disemboweled.
disemboweled,
Disemboweled, I think. Yeah.
like taken out of the game. Any like very bad adjective which you can put on
Dismembered, disemboweled, disassembled.
yeah,
Yeah.
no longer
This.
existing. Something
This something.
let's talk a bit about the fans. What do you think the fans predicted?
Ooh, I have absolutely no clue. Both Cavalieri and Gladiators seem to be in the same tier of players. I watched both of them play. They were both really good. They're both also coincidentally both medieval teams. This seems to be some sort of medieval fanfic happening in this game.
To be honest, we do also have quite a lot of medieval champions. And by medieval, I mean Wukong and kind of a tree. A mystical tree, I guess.
Wise Mystical Tree, I guess the gremlin known as Timo and Maokai.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one more character and we can start playing out Journey to the West.
Cavalieri do have a 73% fan prediction rate, so Cavalieri are clearly the favorites. However, I'm a firm believer of Gladiator. I am Gladiator's number one fan, as I am also Waffle Warriors number one fan. I will have to cry when I have to pick between Waffle Warriors and Gladiators, man. I will not be having fun. I do believe in gladiators. I do think that they are lower ranked, yes, but their ranks are not a real indicator of the strength. They are 2-0 up, as I will also show the win rates of these teams. Gladiators won both of their games that they played. They were playing on blue side both of their games and they won. Cavalieri won a singular game against Gunblade, if I'm not mistaken, and they have yet to play on red side, so there's no win rates for them. Let's see if Gunblade are able to continue this win streak, or if Cavalieri, in this medieval fight, on the medieval, like El Clasico, we're gonna say it, they come out on top. Do the Knights win, or do the Gladiators win? This is the real question. Who should...
We're talking about the Roman Empire or the mid 1500s here. Surely there should be a very big difference.
Yeah,
I guess
exactly.
only time will tell.
Actually, if you had to put a gladiator against sorry, against one of like the Maltese knights, who would win? Gladiator, Maltese knight.
Not to be a history nerd, but gladiators are specialized in one-on-one combat. Meanwhile, knights had a completely different role, especially Maltese ones. They were more or less public safekeepers, like policemen in those times. Most of them were not battle oriented. so to say. So
So-
unfortunately, I think it would be Gladiator favored.
So it is. So all that matters is you tell me that it's Gladiator from your favorite. GG well played. I have my copium. I can get into the game knowing that Gladiators will win IRL if they had to fight. Nice. And with that, the game has started, guys. As
Okay, they're showing us that Darius is alive. Thank you, Cavalieri, right? This is Cavalieri. Yes, thank you, Cavalieri. Perhaps they were spotlighting Darius.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
But he does not. He sits back and watches his distance. I think that this could just be him goofing off. He still hasn't ranked his first ability, and Morgana has locked Q. We're seeing that potentially he could be expecting this to happen and waiting to unlock his W to get out of the sticky situation.
I just realized I was muted for a good portion of that. My bad. Somehow when I transitioned the game, I got muted. I don't know how that happened. It's fine. In the meantime, we're seeing EU Gangster start in his top side, and Team will start in his bot side. So we're gonna have like a horizontal or is it a horizontal or vertical split? To me,
I think vertical.
it is a
I mean, the
vertical
map
split.
is quite literally sideways. We cannot say up and we cannot say down.
Yeah,
At the same time,
exactly.
we could also say left or right. It's
Yeah.
fairly equal. Oh. I think that I'm seeing things, but Maokai just teleported halfway across the lane while trying to queue.
Could be
I am
just a
imagining
spectator
things.
plug, to be honest. The Riot client.
I think I'm just imagining things. Right,
Yeah,
we're
bro.
seeing in top lane that this is going to be definitely just a fist fight. As bot lane tries some engages, but nothing goes through. Actually, no, everything goes through.
Brutal Edge is like low, glued to Dust Rate is health bar. The support health bar for the AD carry health bar is also something you want to take. As Ducky Warrior does have 5 stacks onto this Mokai, YOLO Swag Killer is bleeding, Flash comes out, and that auto attack might just have secured the kill for Darius. If I know anything, that Mokai might be that. No, he's sustained incredibly well. Ducky Warrior no longer has any summoners. However, YOLO Swag Killer needs to play that lane very, very safe now.
Actually, I think that Maokai could hop onto the aggressive here. In case you did not know, Maokai actually has the highest base level 1 attack speed, sitting at 0.9 at level 3.
What?
Yes, 0.9 attack speed. Faster than any other EDC. He is a champion who can early game just fist fight people to death. So he is actually one of the best picks into Darius for the early game, for the early segment of the game. If he were to fight right here, with all of his wave backing him up, and throwing Darius into a bush where one of his gremlins from he would be waiting, I think that would have secured him a first blood.
Interesting matchup. I learn every day. I stream every day. I play LCM. I learn just so much about League of Legends. This game is so vast, so complicated. As we're seeing, Wukong very interesting pathing, completely dodging the bot side scuttle, knowing that Teemu's clear is quite slow, and he is looking to steal the top side scuttle. Will he be able to succeed in time? As Peach White will just see him. He does get it in time. Teemu doesn't smite it, and we might be seeing EU Gangster here secure both scuttle grabs.
Right, with 2 scuttles on Wukong, he would be able to rip ahead and probably pull off some very aggressive plays, which would not benefit gladiators at all. So Cavalieri would be on the winning side from their jungler here.
Yeah. And with that, EU Gangster might be looking for a reset or just to do more camps. It does look for he will just go for the reset. A lot of gold to spend. Specifically, he has one point, like a tunneler in base if he wants to buy something like that. Not sure what his build, but what he's looking for. And he just buys
That's
a
him buying
phage.
Phage.
Yep. Very good first item out of base. We're a lot stronger now on like item wise than this Teemo on the map. So we'll see how EU Gangster will be able to use that advantage. Very incredible macro coming out here from EU Gangster.
Indeed, indeed. We're seeing some very interesting macro from top lane as well. You know, bot lane seems to be suffering in that department,
Bot
as
lane
they are
this
also fist fighting.
they are fist fighting and these not hooks are landing with spell shield down. First blood will be secured from Glad. Now Bodgar is running for his life. Courier there had his spell shield down. Very good timing from Glad. Just not in time the spell shield to save Brutal Edge's life, as we do see some poking. Akali, the captain of Cavalieri, is getting now very good trades into this Annie, and it does with the level advantage, and Annie is forced to take a base. Needs to be careful of the Flash R combo, which is completely undodgeable on the side of this Veigar.
Flash R combo. We're saying that as if it's not a point and click. Meanwhile, Teemo is trying to solo Dragon. I think he's actually going to die to the objective.
No,
He
he does have the
is-
sustain, I would say. Perhaps.
He is saved by the Bell, or the Nautilus, I guess, this time around. As Team Gladiators, actually no, pardon me, Team Cavalieri grabbed their first objective of the game.
Team Gladiators, on the other hand, are looking to just do the grubs. They're up. Teemo just spotted on both sides. You have priority with
Top
this
lane has
Maokai.
Prio. Yep,
Um,
exactly.
any teleport
Maokai, a
is
very
for this.
surprising champ.
Makes sense. Free grubs.
Mhm.
Morgana is rotating as well. Roaming, hovering mid. Very good roam here from the side of Courier. In case any fight's happening. In case Snot decides to show himself in the top side. And now we do see Courier does get the root on the Teemo. A 3-second root does feel like eternity into a Maokai ult. Peach White just CC'd there into oblivion. Broke would have went and left and made the coffee. While all of that was happening, there was no way he was gonna get out of that as soon as that Q landed.
Right, with Teemo having had given a kill to Maokai, Maokai has now secured unkillable status. He is buying Chain Vest into Darius and is not going to be taking any damage whatsoever. Darius, on the other hand, running Cull and Doran's shield, will not be doing any damage in return. It seems that the damage departments this game are not talking.
Yep, we can see Yolo Specular getting 5 stacks, which would usually mean lane over for the side of the top lane. However, Maokai just like eating the top of me and like, nice damage you got there, buddy. Will you let me heal half of it up with my ability? Well,
The
I don't know.
passive grasp, second wind, Doran's shield, everything you've ever wanted, Darius can do all the damage he wants and it will not matter.
Also, the
That
tier for the
is-
mana there, very interesting.
Yes, that is indeed a top lane matchup from Hell. We're watching Hell's Kitchen in the top lane, and today Gordon Ramsay, aka Darius, will be having to cook a whole tree.
And the tree is gonna take a long time to burn. He is a bit behind in CS, to be fair. Darius Lucky Warrior does get the CS advantage. Because of the Maokai reset timers, I would say. As Legacy just tickles the edge of the cave, lunges out the timbers into Akali. However, just the damage isn't there from Legacy, with only Mana chapter there completed. Lost chapter, sorry. We do see a flash coming out. YOLO Spectre might be that there. Execute does come out, and Lucky Warrior able to chop down some wood for tonight. He must be having fun, as
Chop,
Brutal
chop.
Edge does get hooked. However, the spell sheet this time is available for Courier. The Nautilus does come out. Badger forced to run away. Flashes on his own. Barrier also up. Wukong. The ult does come through. Does secure at least the kill. A very aggressive flash from Courier. Does not find the target. Just finds the minion there. And unfortunate from the side of Gladiators. They do find the retaliation for the top side. Half an hour this Maokai does lose a lot of XP. Does lose a lot of gold in the top side. We also see flash for flash trade in the mid lane.
Very action-packed 30 seconds in the match. We're seeing flashes, we're seeing kills, and we're seeing macro being put to test here, as the two teams are competing in more of a contest of strength than one of wills.
It does
Very
seem
interesting.
to be the case. Now, if this game keeps even, which team would you favor?
Well, there is Viger in the game. How can we forget the infinitely scaling AP champion? At some point or another, he will just press one point and click button and make Corki, or whoever else on that team might be susceptible, disappear.
Yeah, but also Corki does K really well. And he can actually do the same thing as Veigar does, just with the stun as well. The Stibbers late game can just run down an AD carry. As YOLO Swagkiller might give his life for a ward, we do see that he uses Teemo as a way out. Peach White was used as an emergency exit there, as Legacy now is here to cover for his favorite tree, and his favorite tree can model back to his lane.
Well, I think that Teemo actually entered that because him jumping over let Maokai escape. If he were to stay on the other side of the wall, and well, actually, I don't remember if he was on the other side of the wall.
He
at the
was,
beginning of that
he
play.
did jump over.
He was. Yes, right. So if he stayed on the other side of that wall after destroying the blast cone, or potentially waiting for Maokai to walk up to launch him back into Darius, that right there was an easy kill on Maokai. Absolutely no
Legacy
chance
here
of
will
mistake.
realize there's a team on the bush, however, holds on to her abilities, knowing that these abilities are going to be crucial for the next fight. Has to play respectful, a double Tibbers ult does come out. We do see Akali getting slowly chunked out, as well as this Teemo. Darius is going in, he is a Darius, however the CC is coming through from the Wukong. Cyclone there, very crucial for the upcoming fight. Grub secured on the side of Gladiators. In the meantime, in this bot lane, we are seeing Botkar getting solo killed by Brutal Edge. Courier also finds the kill. Courier does just collect the kill onto the Darius there. Unfortunate go onto the support. However, you get 5 grubs. You like that. And Corki did solo kill the Jhin as well. So, if you're
Being
Gladiators,
commanded by Wukong.
You're
Wukong giving him a
enjoying
round
this.
of 5 pings. So to say, a round of applause in the League of Legends terms.
very well deserved, as he is also collecting a lot of plates, and all of a sudden this Corki is finding himself 800 gold ahead of this Jhin. However, with Curtain Call available, this Corki might be way too far forward. Courier is here to cover for him. Curtain Call will come out. Will be they able to block the snipes, as Corki does make it out of the Curtain Call? He will survive to see another day. Jhin unable to find the execute there, and man, very well played there on the side of Gladiators as a team. Akali now way too far forward, Cyclone not available for a U Gangster, so he does survive. However, that chunk does come out, and Cavalieri are looking to set up for this dragon.
With that earlier push giving Corki the edge and giving him a lot of farm and a kill and some plates, that actually ended up backfiring because now he has to reset at the unfortunate timing of the Drake.
And now a fight is breaking out. EU Gangster might have bitten more than he can chew. As a 4-man Morgana ult might come through here. Courier might absolutely carry this fight. As what a Morgana ult. He does die, but he does give the Legacy the triple kill. Looking for the quadra. Peach White is running for his life. Legacy doesn't have the movement speed to find that kill. And what a play from Courier to turn that fight, which looks absolutely horrible. A 4-man Morgana ult does force everyone to spread out away from this Morgana. What? Very well played there from the side of Courier. I cannot emphasize enough just how important that Morgana ult was there.
Actually, very true. That Morgana right there not only did a very big chunk of damage, but also forced out a flash. Yes, that's right, a flash from the Teemo having to run away. And being forced to completely give up the post-dragon fight. It was very unfortunate that they could not get the 4-man kill there because, unfortunately, Tibbers decided to lose track of his objective and stand still and look at a bush instead of chasing Teemo through it.
Tibbers AI moment.
Yep. At the same time, I would like to mention I do not think that Daisy would have done that, in my personal and very humble opinion.
So you prefer Daisy over Tibbers, huh?
Yes, 100 times out of 10. Daisy is better than Tibbers.
What about Yorick's ultimate? I forgot.
Yorick's ultimate is goated. You cannot put those two into the same categories. Yorick's ultimate can split push lane for you, can solo dragon at level 6, and it can help you solo Baron along with it as soon as it comes up at minute 15. Just with 1 or 2 items, you as Yorick can actually force out an entire game-changing objective alone.
So what you're telling me is Maiden is number 1, after that Daisy, after that Tibbers. As
Yes.
Brutal Edge might be on number 4 list because he might just see a grey screen. However, a very good W away from the North Result, no wave to follow up there, and no die from the side of Cavalieri. Very well played on the side of Brutal Edge. As
We're
this
seeing some nasty fighting in top lane, but unfortunately that Darius is trying to do damage to a Maokai. Maokai decides to say hell no, roots him in place under tower, makes him eat 2 tower shots and heals back all of that damage promptly under his own tower.
We are seeing Teemo trying to sneak away a red buff here. Very interesting play on the side of this Teemo. He does manage to get away with it and will Blascone out of there.
I suppose the Scout's code allows for him to perform theft on private property, because that right there was a federal offense.
Indeed it was, and now he might be looking to commit another one, and that one is trespassing into this bot lane, as Career will land a crucial Q. Brutal is still way too far forward, not what is not up. He will go golden and try and buy enough time, forced to flash out. Barker will go flash forward, however that flash forward might cost him his life, as EU Gangster is here to respond. Teleport coming out from Legacy, another teleport in response from Akali. The shutdown does come through onto this Annie, and now Akali faced with another Tibbers in his face. So annoying, this bear, man.
I
And
see
also-
getting run down by Burrs is now Viger's biggest issue.
Yeah, man. What a double teleport play there on the side of both teams, both committing to this bot side play, knowing the lot can be found there. At the end of the day, it was a 2-for-1 for the side of Gladiators. Very good response coming through from the Teemo gang, and I have to say, Courier has been on point. As well as
Indeed,
you
Courier's
Gangster.
ult there was very good. He managed to slow down the enemy's advance, force out a flash from Jin, and grant his team a free kill.
EU Gangster has been the
pulling
star
off
of
some
this team at the
very,
same
very
time.
nice plays. I do think that the MVP in the event that this team wins will be going respectfully to Courier. That earlier 4-man ultimate ability was very cinematic and did win them a fight.
It indeed did, and let's see if he can keep it up for the rest of the game, or if EU Gangster can outshine him, because both of these players are playing absolutely amazing. Also, this Annie is playing really, really well, to be fair. Like, entire team on the side of Gladiators is showing up for the match. I don't know why people keep underestimating them. They look really strong. They beat the Blood Wolves very convincingly, and now they're looking to do perhaps the same thing with Cavalieri. However, Cavalieri still have like an equal game state, as Courier does find Akali. Wukong trying to go in. EU Gangster with the double knockup now does get completely deleted with that Vicar. However, with Vicar all down, there's the kill threat onto Brutal Edge. Brutal Edge does go forward, able to dish out so much damage, gets the double kill in return. Bodgar with his 4-shot, trying to save it, try to find something. However, just decides to hold it, as this Darius is coming all the way to the bot side. He is spotted. Peach White here will be spotted. Boldar does have an enemy Tibbers on him and will die to the Leanderies.
Leanders
Very-
and Malignans both together walked up. Tibbers gave him one simple slap, and that was more than enough. It seems that Tibbers is now valiantly fighting to gain back the #1 title of summonable creatures in League of Legends.
Tibbers secret MVP of this match? Huh?
We might be seeing Tibbers getting promoted here.
As we do see the first tower being secured on the side of Gladiators, with another one most likely falling down in this top side, especially with 5 grabs secured. Rift Herald also getting dropped in this mid lane, not giving the chance for Cavalier to breathe and respond to all the actions that are happening on the map, as Courier might be himself a little bit caught out, forced to use a spell shield on himself. Legacy will be hooked by GLD, as now he might be too far forward. EU Gangster there to respond, and now they are looking at this dragon. The Teemo damage is coming through. However, the Rue does land on the Courier. Courier looking at a very low HP bar. He might just die as he is picked off by Akali. Now Bogder looking to perhaps clean this fight. In the meantime, Darius is cleaning field in this mid lane. YOLO Swag Killer does go in onto the Akali. However, that's a very fat Veigar with Teemo trying the damage just enough to find the tree. Ducky Warrior does ghost. It is now the fight that might be turning around. A very good Cyclone coming down. Book they're very low. All of a sudden, the Darius, very good clone double knockup. However, the damage is there. Triumph might just save. EU Gangster ticking very low. Legacy now the only one alive on the side of Gladiators, except Courier just respawned. Akali still chasing. However, she should know that Annie is out of that fight. At the end of the day, Gladiators do find the objective, a very messy fight, but even all around, the goal does stay even, and man, we have a game on our hands.
Yeah, I was actually a bit lost in that team fight. I was watching, I was wondering who's gonna win this, who's gonna win that. We were seeing some very aggressive plays from Corki. He jumped Jin. He saw that Jin had to reload after his fourth shot, and he took the opportunity, immediately flashing in his face and launching a big one into his face. Sorry, that's the name of his ultimate, the big one.
The big one.
Yeah. Yep, the big one. Right, we were seeing Wukong getting a two-man stun with his ult, both clones spinning their staffs all over Darius' face. That was indeed a turnaround fight. What could have been a game-defining moment actually ended up being a tie. I am very surprised that's exactly what happened.
Gladiators team fights are astounding. The way they are positioning, the way they are playing with so confidence, flashing forwards, EU Gangster going in to secure the kill, Dan almost survives the triumph, just barely falls. Man, like, credit to... It's hard to see people playing with this much confidence in a team fight.
Very correct, actually. Brutal Edge is showing us some very, very aggressive, some very, very confident plays. Going in solo, trying to get that Jin on during his downtime after the fourth shot reload. Absolutely exploiting the one and only weak point that Jin has, and that is his inability to perform constant DPS.
As we do see Annie being placed in a baby cage, and she just accepts it and deals with it.
Yep, the matchup when there's no one else available between Annie and Viger is just a poke fest. Annie has shields, Viger has range. If Annie responds on time, she'll never lose those kinds of fights. But Viger takes the tower in the bot lane, opening that lane and making it available for more plays, making this a Drake-heavy game. Team Cavalieri actually being on the side with the most Drakes, currently holding both a Hextech and a Chemtech. And having the opportunity now with the open Drake to force a soul point.
But if you're Gladiators, don't you just let them have soul point and take the Nashor? Take the Baron.
Yes, that would be a very good pick, but unfortunately Gladiators don't have that heavy of a push team. Maokai does completely zero damage to turrets at all points in the game. He cannot split on his own. Corki ends up having to waste so much time and resources on pushing out a lane that he wouldn't be able to contest anything. And
Courier might
Viger
just be
finds
dead
someone,
here.
just like that
The
Courier.
flash there should not be used on the side of Courier. You know you're dead once that ultimate is out. Unfortunate on the side of Courier. That pick, let's see how Cavalier will be able to use that pick. They crucially, Akali no longer has his flash, so very vulnerable to get engaged on. And I'm not sure if you take that, especially if you're Gladiators. If nothing falls because of that pick, you take that. Akali without his flash is very, very weak.
Yes, from the Gladiator side, Wukong, Annie, even the very, very ballsy Corki would be able to just jump into Vigar and out DPS him. Vigar would be forced to buy some form of a defensive item here, but unfortunately, he decides to itemize not Zonya's, not Banshee's, that's right, Rabadon's Death Cap, his second item, as he holds two needlessly large rods and is only some 600 gold away from getting the full item.
Yeah. This Veigar, if he hits that power spike, will be an absolute menace in this game. However, this Annie is also quite a menace if she's able to find 2-3-man ults.
Which would be very simple and very, very straightforward now that most of
Lucky Warrior,
Cavalieri
you're
does not
playing with
have
a lot of
flash.
confidence there. So far forward, he does find Courier, forces him into the zone. Yes, Courier, you bought more than you can chew there. Not sure if you were supposed to step that far forward. You tried to find the ultimate there, but that's not the correct call. You let Mokai take the damage. And because of that, now they have another chance where they might be able to get the soul point you were talking about without any objectives falling except the Smith Tower.
Mid tower hardly an objective at this point in the game. The tier 1 especially. They're now pushing ahead and trying to force out
They
2
might get
towers
collapsed
before
on
backing
here.
off. But actually, we're seeing Maokai, who's very tanky, and ult up on Annie as they go and look to turn that fight while escaping.
Gladiators need to make their way out of here. This does not look good at all for the side of Gladiators. As they are running as fast as possible, they do somehow make it out. It wouldn't look at all. The Baron is kind of killing Legacy there. Now Akali does find the clone, and Jin Al does come through. Curtain Call does come out. Courier does find the interrupt. Now we'll be looking at Peach White again. Courier, man, you were playing so good before. Now you might be a bit
In over his
overconfident.
head, so to say. Courier is actually being singled out and not playing as supportively as he should be. The Disabler and Team Protection champion is now trying to play the solo game as he gets soloed out, and
As with this match now
Cavalieri
being
claimed
completed,
both objectives.
Gladiators are making a call for it. Listen, we need to find more than just a single kill, because that wouldn't be enough. Peach White might give his life as he doesn't have flash available. With only 2 down, the Morgana Q barely tickles whoever recalled there, either Jin or Veigar. And
Could be
ma-
both.
man, you find 2 picks, but the Cavalieri still get away with the Nash. The game's still even, by the way. Gold lead is 1k gold, which at this stage of the game, who cares, man, about 1k gold, right?
But it's 1k gold on the team that has 3 dragons, currently holds 3 Baron champions, and is at soul point. If utilized correctly, and if Cavalieri are to play around their strong points, then they will most definitely be able to turn this game around. We're currently seeing a setup on the Drake side, Courier going around and checking for Teemo shrooms as he's about to walk into one.
Ooh, what a
No,
dodge.
he...
He
Oh!
knows.
Ooh! He narrowly dodges the shroom twice and decides to walk away, choosing peace instead of war.
He definitely knows that something is there. And, man, the next fight is gonna be, like, a game decider for sure. As we've been sitting at such an even game state for so long, the game cannot stay even for any longer. As Courier is positioning very, very aggressively there, perhaps trying to find some sort of Q there, as Ducky Warrior just ignoring the tree completely just to get some damage on this tower, using the Baron buff to its utmost potential. In the meantime, we are seeing this mid lane kind of falling down, as Legacy is positioning in such a way to perhaps look for a flash engage. But Cavalieri being very respectful, Morgana just gets completely picked off. You need to spell shield that, my friend. You cannot be doing that.
He has decided that stuns are for the weak and that he shall eat them face first. Cleansing those is even for the weaker. As we're seeing a fight in the top lane between Maokai, who is level 14 and is definitely playing on the weak side of this matchup, and Darius, who's level 16 and completely ignoring him for free tower damage. This Baron buff being used to its utmost potential, and unfortunately Maokai falling short on just one end of the game, the mid game. Although we did see some very nice plays from him in the early game, making a lot of pressure and forcing out a few kills here and there, he has now fallen behind, unfortunately, as this is Maokai's weak point.
Yeah, and now they find themselves still 2k gold lead only. So yes, they opened up the map, they found the inhibitor. I think the inhibitor is the thing you were looking for if you were Cavalieri. Now use the Smith inhibitor pressure with the Smith priority to find your soul. Ocean soul on these champions does look kind of juicy, especially on the Darius.
But this
So
open inhibitor might be just the source of income that gladiators might need to make a small change in finance and probably establish another carry besides what they've already got going. Corki, unfortunately, although a level ahead, falling behind in the damage stats because Jin has a global ultimate that he can utilize with that. Veigar
Viger
We're
does
seeing a
find
catch.
Legacy here. Legacy does find the two-man Tibbers and forced to flash. Two very crucial summon spares and abilities are down on the side of Gladiators. And at this point you need to make the call. I don't think you can no longer find this dragon. Akali positioning that aggressively, understanding just the power of his cage, and looks to do the same again, just double face tracking with his abilities. And as soon as this dragon spawns, it will be, I think, completely off the map. And it does seem that they are gonna be giving it on the side of Gladiators. They understand that this is not their fight they want to fight. And now with this ocean so secured, I think it is looking a lot more grim for the side of Gladiators.
Most unfortunate for Gladiators. They seem to be actually getting run down here. Still an opportunity for some counterplay. No Baron is up. They could have just enough time to gather funds and to turn this around. They still have the better team fighting. But unfortunately, Akali has scaled up his Vigar. With Rabadons, he is currently running. That's right, a very impressive 900 AP.
That's a lot of damage.
At 30 minutes, that would establish him with the ability to one-shot essentially anyone on the map. Currently, he's also doing anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 damage depending on missing health. Viger can positively one-shot everyone on the opposing team, including this Maokai. At half health, he would one-shot Maokai, that is correct.
Yeah. However, Mocha does have the armor items coming through. Magic resist is being built, so perhaps maybe just enough to live it. As the tree mushrooms are so annoying, man, to play against. There's always in your jungle, and we do see actually Gladiators do have the Nash setup. However, theirs is a Darius in the bot side. You have to respond to it, guys. You cannot let it shove in. With also mid priority on the side of Cavalieri here. You cannot force this Baron. And Courier does get hooked without any vision. Just who didn't know. However, now it's a fight. Cyclone does come out. Akali completely deletes Wukong off the map. And now this enemy is all shut down. A hook does come onto Courier. And this might just be game. As teleports are coming through from Akali here onto this bot lane. They are looking to end the game. This Viger AP damage is now translating to objective damage. As well as now they are rushing down. Brutal Edge and Euro's Back Killer need to pull the Malik around. I don't think they have it in them to do it, as Peach White is just placing shrooms. The shrooms already doing so much damage there, is going completely in. Curtain Call does come out, and this is game for Cavalieri. After such a hard-fought game, such an even game state throughout the entire game, it does seem like they are gonna be coming out on top. And in the medieval match of Cavalieri and Gladiators, it does seem that Cavalieri were able to take Gladiators fort, and they will hold the win in this match.
Rightio. With that, actually, that would make one of the spectators completely correct in the prediction. Earlier, you asked who would win in a fight, the Knight or the Gladiator. Kauki23 in chat said a Knight due to the training. I believe that the training has paid off and that Cavalieri have won this game.
Indeed.
With effort comes great result, and we were just witness to this testimony. With that, we will now be preparing for our next match. I will be disappearing and I'll be leaving it in your hands.
Yeah. I also need to call the MVP interview. So from the side of Cavalieri, who is going to be your MVP? Guys in chat, who do you want to see as MVP? Who do you think deserves the MVP here? So call it out.
I'm thinking the Teemo. I'm thinking that Teemo jungle was absolutely abysmal, and that I think that it deserves a small spotlight. Perhaps we'll get to know the motivation behind his Teemo jungle.
Yep. And let's see if we're able to get someone ready for the MVP. As man, that was a banger and a half. What a day of games, man. So many bangers today. All of them were really close / good fights. Like, and now we have gamers with attitude against Agony, another banger. But before that, I'm still waiting on the interview, checking that they sent someone there. It was a pleasure casting with you, LeBonbon. As always, it's always nice. So
thank you very much, Luke. I do myself find it fun to cast alongside you. And that's Geldutsu, who's been nominated for MVP of the match, but you cannot move him. Allow me to see if I may.
What is his nickname?
Geld.
Geld. Done. I moved him.
KVL Geld.
I'm gonna be leaving you, Le Bonbon. See you later, man.
See you.
See ya. As we are gonna transition for the MVP interview. Hello, Geld. How are you doing? Glatsu,
Hello.
man. What a
Hi.
game!
Good evening.
What a game,
Yes,
man.
hell of a game. Yes.
And start me off. How do you feel? How do you feel after that game? Right? Tell me what
Uh,
you're feeling.
At first, I was a bit anxious, a lot, but I'm proud that we had still really, really good communication between our team. I would say perfect as well, because our bot side was really going really bad, but at the end of the day, we managed. We managed. So
Yeah. Um. I want to ask you a question. The Timo pick.
yes,
Was it because of what they said in the captain's interview? Be honest with me.
partially yes,
Oh,
and also we just know that Timo is just really good, especially late game. Like you can see, the shrooms were just MVP at this
yeah.
point. At that point of the game, the shrooms just become really good.
Timo jungle is a bit disgusting, I have to say.
He is, yeah.
I do wish that they already nerfed him and then now made him mediocre. I understand why they pushed him to the jungle after the VGU riot, wants to get him a bit of
Yep.
spotlight. Makes sense, and it's also quite fun and something different to see. If he falls behind, he's quite useless. So it is one of those
I agree.
like
I
if
agree. I mean, with the nerf he got, he's still good in team fights. Like even objective securing, he's really good. He's still good, I think.
It's like I don't know, like someone like Kha'Zix, Shinzao. If they fall behind, they can feel quite useless.
Yep.
Same thing, but just a bit more annoying when he's ahead because of the shrooms. Not completely broken, I would say, but more mainly annoying. Thus force also a lot of the opponents to go sweeper lenses, so that's deny some vision. But interesting game to come through here. Who was doing the shot calling, or perhaps why do you think you got called for MVP?
I mean, shot calling. I think all of the team was shot calling pretty well. I mean, for example, we try to compare our shot calls while we're shot calling, and we decide which is the best. So I think all the team did really well, and the main reason I think that I got called for MVP because I blind hooked that bush in their jungle, assuming that they would be there.
That was such a Chad movement. You just hooked and found three of them there. Like, hello. And very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Hook there coming through. Not sure, as we are gonna have to go to the next match. Sorry for the short interview, but not sure if you have any closing words for the fans or what we will
No
expect
worries,
for
no worries.
you in the upcoming matches.
Nothing much, just good vibes, honestly, with this tournament. Like, everybody have a great evening. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, man. And with that, I will be heading off myself to close out the stream.
Thank you. See you.
See you, man. And with that, guys, there is Jansen who is gonna be live, and I'm gonna do a raid very quickly. Let's all raid him. Join in the raid. We're gonna go straight to Jansen here. Oh, for the next match. Come on, guys. Let's all jump onto this raid train. Are you guys ready? See you in Jansen's stream. Boom.